Kal Al Yahawashi Yahawashi Bahashem Rakakadash. All praise, honor, and glory goes to the Most High Yahweh, in the name of His Son Yahawashi. And I'm starting this off again. I was just recording, but some reason it wasn't recording the sound. Hopefully this one picks up. But I wanted to go over to the book of Mark 3, and I wanted to talk about the time when Yahawashi was healing many of people on this earth. His people, the nation of Israel, Yasharala, the Jews at that time, they were in surrounding Jerusalem, Nazarene, and all the areas that he visited. He was healing. He was doing a lot of great miracles. And, I wanted to touch bases on, how our people respond to when great things are going on. And this is Mark 3 and 10 to start. It says, "For he had healed many, insomuch that they pressed upon him for to touch him, as many had plagues and unclean spirits, when they saw him, fell down before him and cried, saying, Thou art the Son of Yahweh. And he straightly charged them that they should not make him known." And when he was doing these awesome miracles, these awesome events, he got mixed reactions. Some places people were very thankful for it, and they wanted to follow him. Other places they wanted to send them away. So at this time, when he was doing these great miracles, you got to realize that the Jews at that time, they were engulfed in the law. They knew that a Messiah was coming. They knew that their Savior was coming, and they were waiting for the Savior not only to come, but to deliver them from the hands of that their slavery, their subjection they had to the Roman Empire at that time. Just as you so-called African Americans, so-called Native Americans, and Latinos right now were under their American society. Today is a great way to help you understand that, because it's a day where, it's a day where the so-called white man, the nation of Edom, puts it in your face that to be thankful for something, and the only thing that that this represents is a thankful for them taking your land. Especially you northern tribers. You Native Americans and Latinos. This is a day that exonerates and lifts up them taking your land. They came in peace. They end up giving you smallpox, end up just killing many of your people, and now you have a Thanksgiving towards it, and celebrate with turkey and cranberry and all these other things that represent everything that's against what true salvation and true Thanksgiving is really about. And but that's our people. So when Yahawashi was healing our people of these diseases and calling out these demons, he made sure the demons didn't let him know who he was, because it wasn't the time yet. It wasn't truly his time yet to deliver us completely to where eternity we're going to be living with him in the kingdom. And a lot of the I'm gonna read a couple of scriptures, a couple of precepts, and you'll see that some believe that when he did come, that was going to happen. Just false hopes. Not really in depth with the prophecies, not in depth with what the scriptures were saying, and that's how a lot of our people are now. If you go to the book of Matthew 12 and 16, it says it once again. Let's get started in verse 15. He said, "But when Yahawashi knew it, he withdrew himself from thence, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all, and charged them that they should not make him known, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, Behold, my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall show judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory. And in his name shall the Gentiles trust." So it was a time for him to to do the healing, but it wasn't time for his actual judgment to come. His judgment is going to actually come in that last day, when he comes in the sky from the sky with all his angels in those chariots. And then before that happens, we got to have the MOTB, the Michael C. Hip come out. Nuclear war has to be set off in this country, World War III. and across the world. So we have a lot of different things that have to come into play before actually the prophecy of Yahawashi returning and rescuing the captives of the nation of Israel, in particular his holy elect. If you go over to the book of if you go to this version right here, the AET, it gives you a brief rundown. If you go to verse 12, it says, it says, he sternly ordered them not to make him known. And it gives you a reason why. It kind of relates to what I was saying. It says, so Yahushua did not permit the demons to make him known because the time for such disclosure was not yet at hand. And such a revelation would have certainly been misunderstood by the people because our people are simple. They see something good happen and they think it's going to continue to be that way. And then when something bad happens, they get let down. It says, in all likelihood, if the people had understood him early on to be the son of Yahweh or Messiah, they would have reduced his mission to one of the political deliverance from the Roman oppression. And that's what they really wanted. They wanted to be under Roman rule, but it wasn't time for that. It wasn't time for the nation of Israel to rule for eternity yet. And if you go over to the book of John 6 and 15, we'll start in verse. In verse 14 says, now when the people saw the miraculous sign that Yahushua performed, they began to say to one another, this is certainly the prophet who was come into the world. Then Yahushua, because he knew they were going to come and seize him and force him to make him king, withdrew again up the mountainside alone. So it wasn't his time yet to rule, for eternity. You go back, it says, Yahushua wanted to avoid as much as possible any premature misunderstanding about whom he was and what he was doing. However, at the end of his ministry, he did not deny such title when the high priest asked him. So when he was about to go back up to the heavens and be killed, that's when he revealed, who he really was to, I believe, to Pontius Pilate. Go back. It says, verse 60 of Matthew 14, it says, then the high priest stood up before them and asked Yahushua, have you no answer? What is this that they are testifying against you? But he was silent and did not answer. Again, the high priest questioned him, are you the Hamashiach, the son of the blessed one? I am, said Yahushua, and you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming with the clouds of heaven. So right before he was about to get crucified, and go through the, the pain and torture before that, he did reveal who he was, so that, it could be known, but it still wasn't time for him to come back and rescue the nation of Israel yet. If you go over to this version here, let me see, is it this version? It gives you a precept on it. No, it's not the one I was looking at. I think it's under the NIV version. Under the NIV version, it says in verse 12, because they were still under, they were still practicing that law. In verse 8, on verse 4 of Matthew 8, it says, then Yahushua said to him, see that you don't tell anyone, but go show yourself to the priest and offer the gift Moses commanded as a testimony to them. So, the law is never going to be done away with, but faith in Yahushua is how we get to the kingdom. But at that time, Yahushua was still telling them, to go about the rituals, the acts that we had to do to get forgiveness from sin. So he didn't ever want to step on the actual plan, the actual movie that the Most High Yahweh has in store, has in store for his people. We got to go through the motions of everything. We got to go through everything in order. Everything has to be in decent and in order. And the prophecies that were in the scriptures written about him by the prophets before he came, all those hadn't been fulfilled yet. So there's no way that was the time when the nation of Israel was supposed to be rescued. So that's why he stopped the demons and he stopped all the evil spirits from speaking who he really was, though they knew who he was, because spiritually, that's the thing. Spirits connect. Spirits come from the Most High Yahweh, and they knew who he was because they know he was the son. Yet it wasn't that time yet for everything to come into accumulation of the deliverance of the nation of Israel. So, you know, even now, the prophets, the men of the Lord out here speaking out and teaching the gospel and teaching the good news and breaking the breakdowns of everything. We still know that there's different things that have to happen, and we're getting closer and closer. But like once again, that microchip hasn't been instituted. We know that's going to happen. The main things of that microchip, World War III, nuclear destruction, coming over here. Before that, the allies of the United States are going to turn on them. You know, you know, you know, the northern and southern kingdom slowly and surely are getting back together, but it could be, it's probably going to be more of that happening. Judah and Ephraim. It's just different things that continue to have to happen, and our people are so simple minded to where, one good thing happens, they think it's that time. They think that they don't have patience, they don't have long suffering, and that's why a lot of us, a lot of our people, turn to the so-called white man and nation of Edom, and his miracles that he does, and they focus on them more, and when they hear the word comes out, and they know they have to wait on Yahawashi, and have patience and have faith in him on something they can't see, it sounds hysterical to them, and they laugh at it, they scoff, they mock, and that's just gonna seal their demise, when Yahawashi returns. And so, for those of the hopeful elect, they're calm with these type of scriptures. They understand why these things have to happen in this way. They know that everything has to play itself out. They're okay with the Father getting his glory through what He planned from the beginning of time. So hopefully, I always pray that I'm a part of that elect. Hopefully my heart continues to stay content with the way things are, hating this flesh until the last moment, resistance to all things that the wicked bring, and not get too hyped up about little things such as days like this, Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving, not holding on to what it's really all about, not getting excited about different blessings that come, to the point where I'm allowing myself to get off page and thinking that it's gonna be all good, everything's gonna be okay. We're never gonna have peace on this earth, but we can have peace in our minds and our heart if we trust in Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So with that, just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to all the apostles, elders, bishops, teachers, preachers, priests that came before me, taught me this truth, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who are the true prophets of Yahweh, Hashem Yahawashi, whether you like it or not. And Shalom, peace be to you, to his holy elect of the nation of Israel. Till next time, Yahweh.